It is true that the history is all in the past. And it is also true that the present becomes history as time goes by. The same can be said of studies. All studies are based on knowledge accumulated over time. By adding new results to this knowledge, we too can weave the history that will be passed down to the next generation. That is why I would like to be a weaver of history. My name is Reiko Sugimori. I'm a professor of the Historiographical Institute at the University of Tokyo. Over the last few years, I have been studying past earthquakes based on historical materials. While compiling the diary of a town chief in Edo, present-day Tokyo, I read an article about 1855 Edo earthquake and became interested in it, as well as a famous painted scroll depicting it. After the 2011 Great East Japan earthquake, I came to believe that it is important to learn more about the history of past earthquakes and how people responded to them. My main research interest is to find descriptions of earthquakes in historical documents and make use of them as data. In Japan, earthquakes before 1885 are called historical earthquakes. That is the year systematic reporting began. So before that time, descriptions in the documents written by contemporary people at that time are our main source of data. New records before the Edo period, 1603 to 1868, are seldom found. I'm mainly dealing with documents of that period. A series of major earthquakes occurred before and after the 1855 Edo earthquake. So we are currently focusing on the year around 1855. Our main sources of this kind of research are diaries. This is because diaries are basically kept by the same person or people in the same position for many years in almost the same place. In addition, diaries often describe the damage by earthquakes and people's responses. So diaries are useful as historical records containing various information. Here are the diaries by Geshin Saito, a local senior figure in Edo. This is an article from the Great Edo earthquake, noting more than 30 earthquakes over the next morning. Earthquakes occurred almost every day for about a month since that day. These diaries provide data on earthquakes for 37 years. They include various other information. For example, here is a sketch of a comet. The date of this article is October the 10th, 1858. Which corresponds to the date of comet Donati's closest approach to the Earth. Since I was a child, I have always thought it amazing that old things such as documents and buildings have survived for so long. This naturally led me to have an interest in history. I'm working with colleagues of the Historiographical Institute and the Earthquake Research Institute. In this organization, historians, seismologists, and volcanologists are working together to develop a scientific database that can provide long-term information on seismic and volcanic activities in Japan by studying historical materials. Our main reason for this is that the recurrence intervals of large-scale earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are as long as several decades or more than several hundred years. In addition, learning about the damage and disaster response of the time from historical documents can serve as a lesson for people today. This is Edo Jishin no Zu, a picture scroll about 1855 Edo earthquake which had been handed down to the Shimazu family, the feudal lord of the Satsuma domain. It is believed that the lord of the time had it painted to inform the people concerned about the situation in Edo. Due to the earthquake, many buildings collapsed with some people trapped under them. fires broke out after the earthquake and caused tremendous damage. But recovery process began soon after the fires were put out. We can read not only the damage but also a series of activities during the 3 months after the earthquake, including rubble disposal, securing water and housing, business continuity, and relief efforts. Society and infrastructure are different from those of that time, but this picture scroll can be used as a reference for disaster response even today. An instance that historical materials have been useful in modern science is about the 1707 eruption of Mount Fuji, which some people may be surprised to know is actually a volcano. In that event, a lateral cone called Mount Hoè was created on the flank of it. The painting that depicts the eruption notes that stones and sand fell from volcanic fumes and formed Mount Hoè. This description had been considered erroneous for nearly 70 years, and it had been a common theory that Mount Hoè was caused by the intrusion of underground magma. However, recent research has revealed that it was formed by the pyroclastic material that fell from the volcanic fumes. The description of the painting supports this finding. This project involves the pleasure of finding things out as if the pieces of a puzzle fit together through collaboration in different fields. The project also plays an important role in discovering unknown sources which are being lost over time. Some people feel that history is all in the past and is not so important, especially in their peaceful daily lives. As we are living in the present, we have a mission to gather information on historical materials and pass it down to the next generation. I hope to inspire young people with a wide range of interests to look into the study of past earthquakes and eruptions, and to show that there are many different approaches to research that can benefit society, including historical studies. The investigation of historical documents has few opportunities to reach to the public eye, and also their studies may be unfamiliar to many people. Nevertheless, I hope that young people appreciate their meanings and participate to join me in this field.